we will. I'm just going to do it now, and whatever happens on the screen, that's not my fault. Okay. So this is called Jim's Forgettable Face. A great man named Jim, who had visited Mars, in a spaceship he built up from broken down cars, could not become famous because of his face. A face more hard to describe than a 1,000,000-mile race of slugs versus sloths versus something else slow, where you're not even sure if the starters yelled go, because the race, like Jim's face, is completely unmoving. And if that's the point, well then this is the proving. When here at a party Jim was introduced, some moments would pass till he'd think, what's the use of saying hello, when just 5 minutes later the person he'd met would ask, are you the waiter? In fact, Jim got so used to being deleted from the minds of those people he'd only just meted that rather than protest, how dare you be rude, he'd sigh, yes, I'm the waiter, I'll fetch you your food. Now, Jim's face wasn't ugly, or handsome, or scary, unusual, weird, or especially hairy. In no way at all was it extraordinary. Except that it was extra ordinary. He had eyes, which were eyes, and his nose was a nose. He had typical teeth in 2 usual rows. His chin was okay, his cheeks were all right, his hair wasn't dark, but then nor was it light. Or curly, or straight, or wavy, or bald. It was... It was nothing at all. It was as hard to remember as any one bean. It was exceptionally normal, outstandingly mean. And by mean, what I mean, of course, is not cruel, but average and humdrum, like watery gruel, which doesn't taste bad, and it doesn't taste good. Just tastes of the tastes you'd expect that it would. Which is grand if you're gruel, and not even regrettable. But sad if you're Jim, with a face so forgettable that you can't become famous whatever you try, and even your friends wonder, who is this guy? Jim said to himself in the mirror one night, I don't know who you are. But it just isn't right that a great man like me is not known worldwide. I will do what it takes to transform this cruel tide. So, he invented some shoes that could walk upon water. He became the first man to give birth to a daughter. He lasered his name to the side of the moon using magnified sunbeams one very hot June. He saved the Chinese from volcanic eruption and wrote a best-selling book exposing corruption. He developed a tablet for male pattern baldness that not only grew hair but increased the tallness and strongness and smartness and suppleness too. He called it the Jim pill. Sold quite a few. He came up with a cake that didn't add weight and a watch that changed time so you'd never be late. He brought a cat back to life that had died of old age with a mixture of hawthorn, turmeric, and sage. He taught it to speak and they went on TV and one of them rose to celebrity. But as you might guess, that one wasn't him. The cat got her own show and fired poor Jim. In a sad, sorry state, Jim returned to his mum, on his nondescript face an expression so glum as he mourned that in spite of his every invention, he had never fulfilled his most heartfelt intention, which was not to be brilliant or rich, I might mention. All that Jim really craved was a little attention. His mum said, "Your anonymity is driving you forth Your face gifts you moxie for proving your worth by doing great things, which have changed many lives, including that cat's whose career fairly thrives. With a less bland physog, you'd have had recognition at the cost of the loss of your inner ambition. The world may not know you, but it owes you a debt. Now, forgive me for asking, but where have we met?